Hi Dan, I'm making the video that I said I used to show you how to install your game. I already made one video, but I realized that it doesn't record the cursor, so I thought that might be a bit hard to follow. So I'm remaking this one, and I'll explain some things along the way. Basically, when you insert your disk, there'll be something that pops up on the screen, which then asks you to run it, or so I'm just gonna go to my computer because I didn't put in a disk, so I already have this. Initially, what you would do is you'd click on this one because that's where the disk is. I just virtually mounted a disk because I don't actually have a disk that I plan on installing it. So you could then right click and click install program for your media. That's provided that the disk doesn't have a dialog box that pops up and asks you to click the start or run button so that it runs the auto run. If in the case that it doesn't run, or maybe like you double click this and it goes into the CD itself like this, you then go to a file such as auto run, and from auto run, if that isn't there, which is highly unlikely because every game pretty much has it, you then go to like the setup file. Yours will not have this because I only have this because I don't have the actual disk because like a friend lent it to me and I just need to install it. So after that, upon installing it, it would ask you to put in the CD key, which provided you bought the disk from a legal retailer would be in the, or maybe even illegal, possibly. You'd have open the case, and usually on the top left, for most games that I worked with, there'd be some numbers written there and you'd have to put them in. Sometimes at the back, sometimes in the middle of the books, that sort of thing. You just have to find where the CD key is and you'd run it. Upon the previous video, the game, like this auto run thing, didn't run, so not much I can do about that. But what I did have in mind was to then just run this in place of that, just to show how it would go. Unfortunately, in the previous video I've already installed it, as you can see here, and I do not plan on uninstalling it just to reinstall it because that would take up more time and I only have a limited amount of time available. Believe me, it says 28% now, but it's gonna shut down at like 7 or something. You then click the next and so on, and there's a EULA which you need to sign, which is an end user license agreement. There'd be some sort of checkbox that you need to click in so that you can click the next button, or even sometimes it just says I accept and continue, or accept and continue or something. Upon clicking next on the game, they'll probably ask you to put in a CD key, and you then put in a CD key, and upon putting that in, things will just go well. So yeah, upon putting in the CD key, you then click next. Upon clicking next, the game would probably start installing. I'm actually wondering if I should pull out one of my games just to show you exactly what happens. Just give me a quick second. Okay, I found a game, so now I can show you exactly what happens. In a sense, you can just disregard everything that happened, but don't, because I'm just going to visually show it as it would happen. So I've inserted the disk in. Now that the disk is inserted, see, I told you this thing lies. It would then, this dialog box would pop up. This you don't want to click. I have this because I have Dropbox, so you then click this. In the sense, you could click this, but it's just better to just go there. See, I've clicked that now. What's gonna happen is it's gonna open the window for which installations happen. And while that happens, I'll be busy here playing with my cards. Just so you know, this computer isn't mine. I'm just borrowing it for the sake of this video, especially. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. The game I'm installing is, as you can see, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2. In such a case, you then click the Oh yeah, because I already have it installed, it doesn't have all the other things that you then usually have. So in that sense, I didn't just go and click play because I already have it installed. But for you, you'd have to install it and then put in the end user, accept the EULA and so on. I'm not gonna uninstall the game because it takes quite some time at work. Funny enough, I wanted to uninstall it this morning. But apart from that, this is what's cracking. So that is pretty much what happens. Pretty much. Generically, that's how much. If this video didn't help, then just